A warm welcome to this session on Prepare Bill of Material for a 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic installation. At the end of this session, you will be able to select components for 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic after sizing. Draw single line diagram for 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic system. Tools and equipments required: paper, pencil, eraser, scale, hammer, screwdriver set, crimping tool 3 mm to 16 mm, DE double-ended spanner set 6 mm to 15 mm, multimeter, product profiles of solar panels, batteries, array junction box, charge controller, DC disconnectors, AC disconnector, inverter. Calculation for sizing of components. Sample calculation. The bulb rating is 100 watts such that 5 loads are there and runs 6 hours. Power consumption per load is equal to 100 watts multiplied by 6 hours is equal to 600 watt hours. Then the power consumption for 5 loads is equal to 600 watt hour multiplied by 5 number of loads, which is equal to 3000 watt hour. The total power consumed by above loads are 18,280 watt hours. If converts into units, 18,280 divided by 1000 is equal to 18.28 units, because 1000 watt hours or 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. Sizing of solar panel. For a 10 kilowatt solar PV system, sizing depends upon few components. Those are solar panels, inverter, battery bank. For the plant capacity of 10 kilowatt, the solar panels are connected to get the resultant voltage is maximum voltage Vm multiplied by number of panels used. System voltage is a DC value in volts selected as working voltage common to all DC components in a solar photovoltaic system so that mismatch of level of voltages is avoided. Recommended value of the system voltage for 10 kilowatt capacity power plant is 24 volts. For a 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic plant, minimum 10,000 watt to be generated by solar array. This can be achieved by grouping 40 number of solar panels, each having capacity of watt power WP is equal to 250 watt. Solar panel rating is maximum voltage Vm is equal to 30 volts DC and the maximum current Im is 8 amperes, that gives the 240 watt power, that is approximate matching to the watt power of 250 watt. To achieve the given 10 kilowatt power, the voltage developed by each panel string is 30 volts multiplied by 10 number of panels is equal to 300 volts. The power produced is 300 volts multiplied by 10 amperes is equal to 3000 watt by each string. To get the 10 kilowatt power, 40 panels are required and 4 strings are made, each string having with 10 panels. Selection and sizing of inverter. We can select the inverter based on capacity, technology, allowed power load, batteries required, solar panel voltage, solar panel current. Inverter specifications are DC input range, AC output, watt or kilowatt, volt ampere or kilovolt ampere, power factor. For power factor, PF is equal to 0.8, 1000 watt is equal to 1250 volts ampere. Waveform: sinusoidal, square wave, quasi-sine wave. Inverter output voltage is equal to 400 volts AC, 50 Hz, 3-phase. The power output is 10 kilowatt. DC input for inverter is 300 volts to 350 volts DC per channel such that 2 are required. Output wave is sinusoidal. Sizing of batteries. For deciding on battery size, we have to decide on system voltage first. System voltage is considered as 24 volts. The unit size of battery is 12 volts. Then, according to the value preferred based on capacity of the system, we can group the batteries in series, parallel or series parallel combinations. The inverter input voltage is 300 volts DC with 2 channels. So, battery bank voltage is 300 volts DC per channel. Each battery voltage is 12 volts DC and 20 ampere hour. To get 300 volts DC, the number of batteries required are 300 by 12, which is equal to 25 numbers per one channel. For 10 kilowatt power, 2 battery banks with 50 numbers of batteries are required. They are connected in series to produce the output voltage of 300 volts DC per channel. The total power rating is 20 amperes multiplied by 300 volts equal to 6000 watt per battery bank. For 2 battery banks, the power rating is 2 multiplied by 6000 watt, which is equal to 12,000 watt. Select components for 10 kilowatt solar PV installation. For a 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic plant, say minimum 10,000 watt to be generated by solar array. Then it can be achieved by grouping of 40 numbers of solar panels. Each is having capacity of watt power is equal to 250 watt can be connected in multiple ways. That is option 1. Now let us connect all 40 panels of 250 watt power solar panel in series. 40 into 250 watt power is equal to 10,000 watt. Series connection of all 40 panels. The output would be 1200 volts for a maximum voltage of 30 volts DC per solar panel. So, battery bank output must be 600 volts DC to match the solar total voltage. In order to get this output, connect 50 batteries, each of 24 volts in series. The inverter must be selected between a range of 800 volts to 1200 volts solar DC input at 10 amperes. Select components for a 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic installation. Option 2. The solar array can have 2 string paths, each path with 20 panels and both panels then connected in parallel. Each panel is 250 watt power to get 5000 watt array output with string voltage of 600 voltage. If the solar panel has maximum voltage Vm is equal to 30 volts and maximum current Im is equal to 10 amperes, array junction box output is 300 volts 20 amperes. Battery bank output must be 600 volts DC output. In order to get this output, connect 25 batteries each of 24 volts in series. String 1 is connected to array junction box 1 and string 2 is connected to array junction box 2. Then, solar DC input range for PCU or inverter should be 440 volts to 650 volts DC at 20 amperes per channel. Select components for a 10 kilowatt solar PV installation. Option 3. The same array can have 4 string paths of 10 panels each and all are connected in parallel. Then also we get 10,000 watt array output with string voltage of 300 volts, but array junction box output is 300 volts 10 amperes. We have maximum voltage Vm is equal to 30 volts. Maximum current is equal to 10 amperes. Battery bank output must be 300 volts DC output. In order to get this output, connect 25 batteries each of 12 volts and 20 amperes in series. Total of 50 batteries with 2 branches are required. Then, solar DC input range for PCU or inverter should be 250 volts to 350 volts DC at 40 amperes. The power generated is 300 volts multiplied by 40 amperes is equal to 12,000 watt. Single line diagram. To develop the single line diagram for 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic plant, SLD is a single line diagram to represent the electrical components and paths or to easily understand the implementation of 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic system. Let us show how different components are connected. 10 solar panels are each of 250 watt power and 30 volts maximum. 10 Im maximum current are connected in series as one string. 2 such strings are connected to array junction box 1 through DC disconnector 1. 10 solar panels each of 250 watt power and 30 voltage maximum. 10 maximum current, that is 10 Im, are connected in series as one string. 2 such strings are connected to array junction box 2 through DC disconnector 2. Total of 40 solar panels are used. The output of array junction box would be 300 volts at 10 amperes. Array junction boxes are connected to the charge controller through DC disconnector. The charge controller is connected to the battery bank through a DC disconnector. Batteries are connected such that set of 25 batteries are connected in series. In the battery bank, batteries are connected in series as required by the inverter voltage input through DC disconnector, that is 300 volts DC. The inverter produces an output power of 400 volts, 50 Hz, 3-phase AC power by taking DC power from the battery banks. The inverter output power will be given to the AC loads through AC combiner and AC disconnector. For on-grid solar photovoltaic system, an additional 2 blocks for normal power supply of 400 volts AC, 50 Hz and charge controller are used to recharge the battery bank when the solar power is not sufficient to charge the batteries. Bill of materials. The individual components required to build a 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic installation system are the following. Number of solar panels 40. Inverter 2. Battery bank 50. Array junction box 2. Charge controller 2. DC disconnectors 4. AC disconnector 2. Suitable cables as required. Solar cable specifications are given below. MC4 connector specifications are given below. Recap. In this session, we have learnt how to select components for 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic after sizing, how to draw single line diagram for 10 kilowatt solar photovoltaic system. Hope you have understood all the concepts in this session. See you in the next session with a new concept. Thank you.